Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm actually going to do a little tutorial for you. And what I'm doing is right here I have Allison, whose back of her thing's coming undone, like big time, but whose hair is kind of losing its curl a bit. And if you don't want to take the long route and boil curl it, because I find that when you're playing with your dolls, if they're for display, boil curling works fine. You do it once, you don't have to do it again for a very long time. But if you're playing with them actively, like I do with Allie, then, you know, you're going to find that if you don't, you know, use hairspray and, like, spray it all over the place until it's rock solid, it's not going to stay very long. So, I found a quick way to, you know, kind of touch up your doll's curls. Allison has her halo, so that's why that's up there. So, let's get started. One thing you're going to need is a spray bottle. This spray bottle I got at Walmart for $1. And you're obviously going to need your doll. And you can also have a brush, but I actually don't use one. And what you're going to do is actually, since that's already done, I'm just putting that up there. I would recommend, you know, taking your doll's hair out of any styles that she may have in, but since, you know, the hairstyle itself isn't the issue, it's just her hair underneath, I'm just taking her halo and moving it off of her actual hair that is, you know, just laying there. So first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your spray bottle and you're going to turn her head like that, and you're going to start on one side of her head, and just so you guys know, I'm doing this one-handed, so this might be a bit difficult. And you take a section of her hair, and with Allison's hair, you can clearly see the curls kind of defined in their own separate way or area or whatever. So you take a section that is, you know, the way it's laying. So see, this right here is one curl, and this here is another curl. So I'm going to take the bottom curl, and I probably should have a brush over here, but I don't have one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my section that Allison's hair, head of hair is already clearly defined for us. And we're going to take our spray bottle filled with water, and we're going to spritz it. Side note, you might get a bit wet. I have Allison in between my legs. Hopefully she doesn't flop around too much, because we all know how much Allison does not like having her hair done. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing you do with an American Girl doll, and you twist it. And twist it until it is, you know, completely twirled like a spiral. And then what I do is after I twist it, I count to 10, but with Allison I do 15. And while I'm counting, I kind of like do this and like swirl it up and like further into a like coil, and do that and hold it there for a second or two and then move it out and do that, and then you just count to 10 while just, you know, basically playing with her hair. What this does is basically, you know, moving it up like that. You don't have to do it, but I've just found that it works better. And then when you're done, you let go, and you've got a nice curl. And if you want to, you can, you know, kind of like cup it in your hand and, you know, go like that a little bit or whatever. And you've got your curl. And so then you take your second section, which this particular section is going to go over this piece, just because of the way her hair, head of hair is rooted or whatever. You can take your spray bottle, wet it, twist the hair. Sometimes Allison's hair likes to make a big fuss and tangle around my finger when I'm twisting it. And this particular doll is Bratz 2011 All Glammed Up Chloe, and I did take her hair out of her style and fix it so it laid right after being up in that updo on the top of her head for a while, that bump. And it took a lot of work to get it like this, so yeah. And these pieces, like if you don't like it, I don't know that I like this. Yeah, I don't. So you just go and you twirl it again. If you need to give a little bit of an extra spritz, then you go ahead and do that. And these particular like darker strands here, the lighter strands of doll hair are nylon, from what I believe. And the darker, like almost strawberry blonde or light brown, caramel, whatever you want to call it, strands of hair are almost, they are memory foam hair. that, you know, doll companies put on the head. I definitely have to use more time with this particular head with the memory foam hair. And it's like what they use to, you know, put, like, so that, you know, you can have, like, you know, your fake plastic things, and supposedly you crimp it and it'll hold it, but it doesn't work. So the memory foam I find very difficult to curl. See, I like that better. And basically what you do is you just take each individual curl, spray it, twirl it around your fingers, and play around with it, put it in coils, and eventually, after going all the way around the head, you'll have a perfect amount of hair. And then when you're done doing that, you just do a quick couple ones on this piece, and I'll come back to you guys when this is finished. Alright, so I finished most of Allison's curls. The ones from here over are the ones that I did, and that are what they look like so far. And these two are the ones that I've not done, and I just wanted to kind of show you what the difference is. So clearly they look a lot neater, and I'm still not done, so there is a little bit of frizz. So we'll come back in a little bit when I finish the rest of the curls. Alright, so I just finished all the curls, and that is what they look like so far. So they look pretty good considering what we started with, and there's Allison's face. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to spray a bit of water over the top and kind of just, you know, smooth it down to get rid of any potential frizz. And I know that Allison's, she has a bunch of, like, like stray hairs that are really like frizzy and stuff. So when I undo the braid, eventually I'm gonna have to go through and cut all the short hairs, and that will fix that problem. But your dolls shouldn't look like that. They should just have beautiful curls and no issues. I have not curled this teeny tiny piece yet. Now is the time, you know, once you've done your curling, to do any tiny hairstyles, but I shall warn you that you should wait for, like, if you're going to do, like, pigtails or a ponytail, where you're, like, drastically doing the doll's hair in some way, I would wait to curl the hair until after you've put the doll into the proper hairstyle, and I probably should have said that earlier, but sorry I didn't. So, yeah, and what we're going to do now is, like I said, we're going to take the water bottle, which... Let's see, how am I going to do this? Because I only have one hand, so, even though I've got a tripod right there, but I'm not using it, so, yeah, I'm just crazy. So, I put her in between my legs, so I have my hand. And we're going to take our spray bottle, and we're going to spray. Don't be shy with the amount of water you use. You can use as much as you want. Oops. Get rid of some of the flyaways. Allison's just got quite a bit, guys. I use her a lot, and she's my favorite, so you know. Alright, once you change your flyaways as best as you can, flip her, what? Her one hand is going crazy there. Alright, then you flip her over. Yay! You take her, and do any final touches, like if you have like a ponytail like this, then you're gonna, you know, curl your ponytail as desired. See how it kind of, like, goes out into little, like, sections here? Like, I just got this section from kind of, like, pulling it apart. And I think there is three in this particular little thingy. So you just go and you do the same thing. You take it. And you take this and you wet the section. I kind of like to, like, you know, mat it in there. So, like, it's absolutely in there. And then you just go and you twist it. Twirl it a little bit to give it a little bit of a curl. Looks a little bit like a confetti, if you think about it. You go and you do it again. All the little things. And you just, you know, you're just, you know, doing, you know, your touch-ups for your hairstyle. And then I'm going to separate them because there's one in the middle that actually looks pretty good. So I'm going to leave it. And voila. And considering with what we started with, this is a great and easy way to touch it up. And it only took me a good 10-15 minutes. And it just had my music jamming. And she just has a lot of hair. She has 2 layers of curls. There's 1 layer underneath. And then there's all this on top. So, yeah. So she's all done now. And her curls are pretty good. She's still got a lot of, you know, messiness. But what do you know? You know, I have to do that myself. That's not something that you're going to have to worry about. There's Mike. So, yeah, she can go be with her fiancé now. And no, they're not married yet. So, yeah. There you go. So yeah, that's my little tutorial, and it's very easy, very simple. This is based off of my AG curling method. I just don't use a brush. You can if you want to. I just found that it was more difficult for me personally. Whoops. So yeah, they're visiting Aria at the hospital because she just had a little baby boy and another baby boy, and no, those both toddlers are not hers. Only one of them is. That's Lily, and then that's Sophia, who is Melissa and Ian's daughter, and they're currently expecting too. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial on pretty curls, because look how pretty she is. And actually, if you want them to last longer, you can use hairspray and spray like a wild woman or man, depending on who's watching this, and you know, just spray like crazy. I would not recommend using hairspray on AGs. I'm just going to say that right now. Hairspray is not going to do anything good for your AGs. It's going to ruin the hair. Barbie and Bratz, on the other hand, I found it is okay to deal with. But I would definitely test the hairspray you have on a doll you don't care about before you put it on the doll that you love, because you don't want to ruin their hair and then be kicking yourself for it later. And the hairspray that I use myself, hang on, I have to go into my bathroom in the basement. We're passing, which is not Emily's house anymore. I need to do an FG video. But yeah, so here's my workspace, as you guys can probably remember. Where is it? Here it is. Hold on. Okay. This is the hairspray that I use for me and my dolls as well. And it's Tresemme Trace 2 Freeze Hold Hairspray. And, yeah, I just got it at my local drugstore. You can get it probably at Walmart, basically anywhere. So, yeah. I just spray a ton of this all over her hair. I actually sprayed it all over Mike's hair too, which actually he needs more of it because his hair is starting to fly up again. So, yeah, he had hairspray in his hair, and it, you know, hardens the hair and makes it stay. So, yeah, you know what hairspray's for. But, yeah, spray it all over the hair. And, do it until it's hard if you want to. Because it does, like, kind of work its way loose a little bit. And, the curls stay hard for a good couple weeks. So, especially if you're playing with them all the time, then I definitely recommend that. And, I've used it on Mike's hair, too, to kind of, like, see how his hair's kind of like coming up on the sides like that when it's supposed to be like right down on his head. Yeah, so I've sprayed a bunch of hairspray to like make the hair stay down and kind of like fixes like, you know, initial spike up a bit. Ah, they're falling. So yeah, you can use that on really any of the dolls. I should probably do Jagger too, because his hair is like all over the place. So yeah, there's Jason and Aria. Anyway, thank you for watching. Before I go into great detail about something that doesn't matter for this tutorial, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Ask me any questions you have in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Bye.